Hi everybody, it's Catalina, and today I want to share with you how I was able to clear up my skin completely of acne by following a 100% natural approach to it. I'm very happy with my skin now, and I'm extremely confident with the look and the texture of my skin now. I do have a lot of hyperpigmentation that was left from my acne, but I don't mind about that. I'm just happy the acne is gone, and basically it's just it took so long to clear it up, and definitely being able to clear up my skin completely has been just a huge achievement in my life, because I want to see so many doctors and dermatologists and estheticians, and I spent so much time and so much money on trying to clear up my skin, and nothing ever worked until I decided to take all this just to take care of it by myself, and I started learning about it and doing a lot of research, and I was able to clear up my skin completely. So that's been amazing for me to be able to do it all by myself, and also I just want to share that with you because I believe it can help you too. I'm going to be looking later for photos after I make this video, and I'll be inserting photos as the video goes just to show you how my skin used to be, and also some pictures of me now. So I got acne when I was in high school. I was covered in little bumps all over my face one day, and I thought it was a reaction to wax. I had to wax my face for the first time, which was crazy, and I didn't pay much attention to it, but after a couple of weeks each little bump started turning into a white head, and basically they just never went away, or they went away but then I started getting more and more and more spots all over my face. And having acne definitely is something that affects your confidence so much. It really affected my confidence so badly. I didn't want to be going out so much, I didn't want to appear in photos, I didn't want to go into shops either. I just basically used up so much energy thinking about my acne, thinking about how to fix it, and looking on the internet what new products were out there, what could work for me. And so yeah, I'm gonna tell you basically how I did it. So basically, to for clearing up my skin, I follow two approaches. There is an internal approach and there's an external approach. I definitely need both of those. In my case, that's the way it's been. I definitely need the two of them. So for the internal approach, what I did first of all was it like 2.5 years ago when I found out about the paleo diet. That's when I learned about how bad sugar is. Sugar is bad for everything related to health, but it is particularly bad for acne. It creates a lot of inflammation, it creates new spots, it makes them more red, and it makes sure that they don't go away completely. So once I learned about sugar, I removed it out of my diet completely, and then I started eating a low carb diet. Later on the way, as I was getting more and more into food because it became a passion, I found out that I need to eat actually more fat. And eating high fat is something I would have never done when just some years ago when I was covered in acne. I avoided fat. I thought low fat was the best thing for acne. And in fact, it's the opposite. So a high fat diet, actually what I follow is a low carb and high fat diet, is great for balancing hormones, and it takes down inflammation from the skin right away. And if I get the occasional little blemish, then it goes away in like a couple of days. It's really not a big deal anymore. Something else I started doing was drinking a lot of water. I always made sure to drink enough water, but I started just drinking a lot more water than usual. And something that is very helpful as well is to use some pink salt, like Himalayan salt. It's full of minerals, it's amazing, and you can actually just put a tiny little bit in the water you drink, so that you're not just losing all your minerals. And also you can just put it over the food you eat. That's something as well that I started doing, having some salt with all of my food. Not a lot of it, just a pinch with everything, and that salt contains a lot of minerals, and it's just really good for your skin as well. And especially because when you're drinking so much water, then the salt kind of helps you stay hydrated while you're going to the bathroom so much. Basically, I started making my own food, even though I had always done it, but I became more conscious about what I was using. So normally before, for a tomato sauce, I would add a little pinch of sugar, Then I started just not adding the sugar at all, adding a little bit of cinnamon instead, and making little changes like that. And definitely when you make your own food, when you make your own food, yes, it is more work, but when you see the skin cleaning up, then is you get the encouragement you need to keep going with it. So I started just being aware about eating a lot of antioxidants and also about supporting my liver. Basically, the liver is one of the detoxifying organs in the body, so you want to make sure it works really well. And when you start supporting the liver, you're gonna notice a big difference on the skin. Dairy is a big thing that everybody knows that it's really bad for the skin. Everybody says avoid dairy if you want to clear up your skin, and a lot of people have a lot of success and see an improvement in the skin when they remove dairy from their diets. For me personally, I keep dairy in my diet and I don't have a problem with it as long as the dairy is raw and also full fat fermented, so I only have kefir or yogurt, and comes from a grass-fed cow. For me, that's not a problem at all. In fact, drinking raw milk, full fat raw milk, kefir and yogurt have been amazing for me for healing my gut and giving me a lot of good bacteria, because that's super important in order to heal your skin. So I started as well making sure I fermented a lot of foods. I started making a lot of sauerkraut and kimchi, and I started making kombucha. When it came to the external approach, the first thing I did was to remove cleansers and to stop overwashing my face. And this was amazing for my skin. It took all the redness away and it took all the dryness away. And I noticed that the less dry my skin was, the less spots I got. So that's when I realized hydration and to keep the skin moisturized is very important to actually prevent acne in the future, and it stops you overproducing oil as well. And I don't use any cleansers anymore. I actually cleanse my skin now with oil. I use plain olive oil, or I use a mixture of olive oil with castor oil. But if you're getting started with oil, or if you're very prone to acne, then I recommend you use grapeseed oil that is cold pressed and extra virgin, because basically it's an oil that is great for everybody. It won't block pores, it won't cause acne, it's just extremely gentle and it's really great for very acne prone skin. Then I learned about the caveman skincare regimen. I've made videos about it as well, and basically that consisted on washing my face as little as possible. And this sounds so strange, but I think it really worked for me, because I was coming from a place of using a lot of very harsh products on my skin, and my skin was very irritated, very red always, and it became very sensitive as well. So when I stopped washing it all the time, my skin had time to actually recover and to heal and to relax, really, instead of having to be coping with all the stress that I was giving it 2 or 3 times a day. When it came to moisturizers before, I was always focused on oil-free. Everything has to be oil-free because I have acne. And it's actually the opposite. And I found when I started moisturizing with a little bit of I started moisturizing with pure grapeseed oil. That was my first oil moisturizer, and it was really good. And then as my skin started becoming more normal, then I went for richer oils. I use oil-free sunscreen, but yeah, I do like to moisturize with a pure oil. If you have acne, then you have sensitive skin, and they go together. Basically, it's the same thing. Your skin is so sensitive that it's breaking out. So when you go into a shop, it's funny because you see products for acne and then you see products for sensitive skin. Like, they're two different things. And the products made for acne and formulated for acne are very harsh and very damaging to the skin. So I think when I started thinking of my skin as being sensitive as opposed to being acne prone, then that made me see my skin and made me take care of my skin in a different way, in a way that was way more gentle. It was all about helping the skin recover. So when I started working with my skin as opposed to work against it, that's when I saw the biggest difference. And so my routine nowadays is very simple. I have a lot of products and things like that, but it's a very simple routine, very minimal ingredients, and something that works really well. So that's how I was able to clean up my skin. But I also want to mention something very important, and it's using a skin diary. I started using a skin diary when I was trying to understand why I had acne, because everybody gets acne for different reasons. So basically a skin diary is just a little notebook, whatever you want to use, and I started writing every day in it all the things I was eating and using on my skin. Basically, I will leave a blog post I made on this in the description box, and then you can read it in more detail. But a skin diary is incredible. You put so much information in it, and it's going to help you really understand your own skin, and it's going to help you understand how to work with your skin to clean it up completely. So I definitely recommend that you read that, because it's something that really helped me. So that's how I was able to clean up my skin. There were so many things I needed to tell you about, and I just wanted to go over them kind of quickly so that this video wouldn't be too long. But I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found some information that's going to help you. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Bye.